Welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Katie Stazak, and it is here our 4th of July weekend, kicking off on Friday with a 9-race card, Saturday and then Sunday, Summit of Speed. We got a fast main track today, firm turf course. We're starting the Rainbow Six anew. It starts in race number 4 with a 9-race card, so we're starting anew now. And a little later on, we'll tell you about some guarantees we're going to have on Sunday. But today, we start the Rainbow Six races 4 through 9. And we got special post times this weekend, too, Katie. On Saturday, tomorrow, 12:45 on 4th of July card. 10 races. Then on Sunday, the Summit of Speed, 12:30, 12 races, 9 stakes races. The final Rainbow Six on that afternoon, all stakes.
Same with the pick 5, same with the late pick 4. All stakes sequences, and we took a look at the cards they drew yesterday, and there are some pretty competitive races, great fields. I'm excited.
You know, they always talk about we being shields for the home track and everything like that. This is one fantastic card on Sunday. You can write that down. I had more fun handicapping. I don't know if I'm going to have any winners. You see we got the guaranteed pools on Sunday, as I mentioned. The pick 6, $100,000. The pick 4, $100,000. That's the late pick 4, and the pick 5, $50,000. I'm thinking all of them are going to be above that because it's going to be a fun day of wagering on Sunday. Before we look at Friday's card, let's go and see what's tweeting around the country the last couple of days about horse racing. And one of them there, you see Laurel Park, our sister track, was supposed to open today, Katie, but they had a problem. They had a water main break last night.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. A very exciting time for Laurel. Going to be racing in July for the first time in quite a few years. They had a water main break, but should be repaired in, they said, about 12 hours. So they should be right back at it tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah, and I was looking forward to that, a 3:45 post there. Then we're going to look at a horse that, you tell them about this one, Genuine Reward.
This is Genuine Reward. Now, Genuine Reward had a lot of promise as a racehorse. He's one of only 2 sons of the great Genuine Risk, who had a lot of problems as a broodmare. She certainly didn't have any problems on the racetrack. Such a special horse. Well, Genuine Reward didn't pan out as a racehorse. He ended up going to stud at a very small farm. Well, he was put on Craigslist last week for $500, and it sent up a huge uproar because everyone was like, no, we need to get this horse in the right hands. So old friends stepped in up in Lexington, and they acquired Genuine Reward. He's going to have a forever home there and should be a great addition to the farm.
What a great story that is. And then the final one we want to talk about, Jim Rome, who has been selected to deliver the keynote address at the Thoroughbred Owners Conference. And I get a little chuckle out of this one because Jim Rome years ago was the biggest knocker of horse racing and everything. Then he gets horses like Misdirection and Shared Belief, and all of a sudden he's a keynote speaker now. It's great. He's great for the game, and has he been lucky with his horses.
He has tremendous horses. Misdirection wins the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint twice, and Shared Belief, who would be the leading older horse in America were he not injured right now. But it's great to have him. That's going to be right here in Hollandale Beach. So looking forward to having him.
And Jim Rome, to his credit, he bit the bullet and said, I didn't realize what a great game it was. And I guess when you get a Breeders' Cup winner, that's pretty easy. So let's take a look at Friday's card. This one, 7.5 furlongs, the first race on the turf course listed as firm. These are maiden claimants, fillies and mares, 3 and up, $12,500. Do have a scratch in here. Horse that I know both Katie and I had on our ticket, and that's the number 2 horse, Lying Eyes. And boy, it sure makes the number 6 look a lot better. You all talking to me. We actually showed this horse's trouble last time out before he was scratched due to the weather the other day.
Yes, he was supposed to run, but missed a scheduled start when it was taken off the grass. We had quite a bit of rain. She was my top selection that day, going to be the top selection again today. And you mentioned we showed her race last time out. I thought that was a really solid debut. Finished 5th against $25,000 claimers. Was forced 4 wide on the far turn. Had to steady at the quarter pole. Taking a significant class drop today, returning from a bit of a layoff, but I think she finds a great spot.
Yeah, she sort of got knocked off stride last time a little bit during the stretch run, so I think she's going to run well in there. And as I mentioned, the scratch of the second choice in there helps her out. The other horse that we both had on our ticket was the 8, My Emoción. This one is turning back to this 7.5 furlong distance after showing marked improvement when dueling for the lead and finishing second at odds of 41-1 last time out against the same caliber of competition that was going a mile into 16. You're not getting 41-1 today.
Absolutely not, especially 7-2 on the morning line, but especially with the scratch of Lying Eyes, that price is going to go down even more.
Well, you added number 4, Easter Light in there in third, and I added the 7, Royal Spaces. I just thought Royal Spaces broke from post 13 last time out, showed some late run, got beat about 6 3/4 lengths, added it to the ticket.
I felt the same way with Easter Light. Thought, maybe could get some value at the bottom of the ticket. Kind of got in tight quarters last time in the stretch, so perhaps with a better trip can make up some improvement there.
But it looks like they're going to have to beat the 6.5 to start off the first leg of our early daily double. And the second race today kicks off our first of 2 pick 4s on the afternoon. 5.5 furlongs, 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 races in life, or 3-year-olds, $12,500. Scratch the 4 in here, Guderian, and we both went to a horse that looks like the one to beat in there, and that's Belsize Park.
Yeah, from the Wesley Ward barn. He's finished first or second in each of his last 3 starts. But they're spread out. That's dating back to last September. But last time out, he returned from more than a 5-month layoff, was only beaten a length and a quarter at the $20,000 level. Should be primed for a big effort today, making that second start back. He's returning from just 2 months rest today, so that should be easy peasy, especially when dropping down in class a bit.
Yeah, and Wesley Ward, you always pay attention to him. Looks like the logical one now. We have our second and third selections flip-flop. I went with the 3 in here, Hunda Carrero. This one moved to the Dave Rakoff Bon Vita claim. Going to turn back to this abbreviated 5.5 furlong distance. You look at that last race, set a pressured pace, finished second. That was against $6,250 condition. Claimers going 6.5 furlongs. And the gelding proved he could win against this level, or run well against this level. When he finished second, I think it was back on May 6th.
Yeah, was only beaten 3/4 of a length that day. Last time out, he was beaten by a horse named Roll on the Navajo. The other horse we used, Diabolical IPA, actually finished ahead of Roll on the Navajo in the start prior. Finished second at this level and distance last time out, just ahead of Roll on the Navajo. Then he would come back and win by more than 5 lengths.
Yeah, it's the third race of his current form cycle, so he's probably sitting on the top performance. But I think you beat Belsize Park in there, at least Katie and I think, and then those other ones you're throwing behind. I think you got to use a couple of those maybe when you put your early pick 4 ticket together. And the beauty of our pick 4s here, they're only 50-cent wages, so you can add a couple of more horses. We're going to the turf for race number 3, 1 mile claimers, fillies and mares, 3 and up, non-winners of 2 races in life, $16,000. Scratch the main track only participant in here, number 9, Senora di Fatima. And I went with the 4 in here, Caribbean Princess. And you went with a horse I do not have on my ticket. And I wonder why I don't. I like this one, 15-1 on the line, Miss Visconti. Tell me about this one. This kicks off. No, it doesn't kick off the pick Rainbow Six. That's the next race. But this one is in the pick 4.
That'd be nice if it did.
Yeah.
You'd get a nice payoff there. The angle I took with this horse is speed. This race has no pace in it virtually, and I think this one could end up being the controlling speed in here. She made a 5-wide bid from 4th last time out to get up for 3rd for trainer Manuel Estevid. 2 starts back, was 4th, but only beaten 2 lengths. I think, there might be some horses in here that have some better form, but she's run well enough for me to be worth a spot on the ticket, and I think the race is just going to set up for her.
And we mentioned that the Rainbow Six starts in the 4th race today. So you watch this horse here that Katie picked in the 3rd. See how speed is holding up on the turf course this afternoon. The horse I had on top and Katie has in second is the 4, Caribbean Princess, is stretching out slightly to a mile after responding last time out to that drop in competition. Just got beat ahead against this level of competition that was going 7.5 furlongs. Antonio Sano, Eddie Castro. It's a daughter of Henry the Navigator, and on paper looks like the one to beat.
Absolutely. Clearly the best on paper. My concern is that is she going to get enough pace to run at?
And the number 8, Polly My Love. We both have the number 8 on our ticket. Polly My Love, tell me why you did it.
Well, she similarly to Caribbean Princess made a late run last time out, finished 3rd, was just a length and a quarter behind Caribbean Princess. Thought it was a pretty nice run for her first start against winners after breaking her maiden 2 starts back, and Edgar Prado's going to keep the ride.
We mentioned Antonio Sano, who trains the 4 Caribbean Princess. He also trains the one horse in your Sabuisa. This one is a daughter of Kiss the Kid, who's by Lemon Drop Kid. Love Lemon Drop Kids on the grass. And this one broke her maiden at this level and distance back on May 10th. Dropped. She finished 6th. It was against $30,000 condition claimers. That was while in the Rodolfo Garcia bar. Now coming back for Antonio Sano. And every time I see Lemon Drop Kid somewhere around on the turf, I'm sort of interested in this one. Is I think about 8-1 on the morning line. So horse you might want to throw in on the third race. But I'm really interested to see how the speed plays. And if your horse love 15-1 shots right on top.
Absolutely.
Let's go to race number 4 this afternoon. As I mentioned, kicks off the Rainbow Six. 5.5 furlongs. Claim is fillies and mares. 3-year-olds up $6,250. And we want to go back and show you a performance for the horse I have in second here and Katie has on top. Skippy is back. This is a race from June 6th. It was a 6,250 claimer.
Yep, this is from June 6th, and you're going to see Skippy is back, the 6th horse here. But the horse that's going to beat Skippy is back is actually Lady from Havana, Ron's top selection. Now watch Skippy is back here as Lady from Havana comes in a little bit, and you're going to see her, Skippy is back, lose some room here. The jock has to take up pretty sharply, loses that room on the rail, and Lady of Havana gets the victory. I think Skippy is back. Could be looking for a 3-race win streak today had she gotten a cleaner trip last time out. You don't know. But she's a 3-time winner at the distance, and I thought I'd give her a shot today.
Yeah, she had to check pretty sharply there. So definitely there. I did go with the horses that we have flip-flop. Lady from Havana is cutting back to 5.5 furlongs. She returned from that 3-month layoff. You saw that performance there. She defeated these similar horses going, that was going 3/4 of a mile. Larry Pilati, the barn has been on fire. He's 32% winning consecutive races, which made me lean a little bit towards the 4 Lady from Havana. But if you're looking for a little better price, you go with your horse on top, and that's the one Skippy is back. Who else did you use?
I used the Royal Boot. This one was just edged last time out at this level when going 6 furlongs. Duel to the wire, was only beaten a half length. The last time she won at this specific distance of 5.5 furlongs, she won. In fact, she's 4 for 6 at this distance.
That's pretty good. I threw in the 7 Honey Bunny Boo Boo, and this is a horse, because of the name, you just keep watching it. Hasn't run well in its last couple of races. It ran okay, let me put it that back. Previous winner at this distance, going to turn back. Showed good early speed in those, and weekends late against similar, going 6 and 7 furlongs respectively. Mike Petro, Edgar Zayas, rationing her speed today, and we always mention this horse, Honey Bunny Boo Boo, because of the name and everything like that. And I think the turn back to 5.5 furlongs might be the key to this one's success today.
Ron's favorite horses here are Honey Honey Boo Boo, Penny Penny Penny, who just ran a pretty nice race at a big price the other day, and True Rice Pudding.
Yeah, True Rice Pudding, definitely.
That's your
favorite. But, you know, Penny. We talked about it before we went on the air. Did not use it. What does it do? Finishes second at 50-1. Couldn't pick it on paper, but certainly if you're going by your favorite names, we could have had that one on the ticket. That's I mentioned. That 4th race is where the Rainbow Six starts this afternoon. And this one, 5th race is 1 mile on the turf course today. Fillies and mares. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3 races in life in here. We do have a scratch of number 6, Notably Silver. We went with the number 9, Famous Sting, on top.
Yeah, Famous Sting. This one's from the Marcial Navarro barn, who's been pretty hot lately. She's looking for a 3rd straight victory. Added Lasix last time out and drew off by 2.5 lengths. You just can't knock her at this level.
No, she ran great, and they added the Lasix and the blinkers, and she ran well. Lady Joyful, I have in second. Who do you put the number 1, Stars Collide, in third?
Yeah, this one's going to drop out of a $25,000 optional claimer. Was well beaten at that level last time out, but just 2 starts back, she was 3rd. I just thought she found a good spot today to get back on track. The lowest tag she's run for, so taking the class angle.
Well, the horse I put in second was the 2 Lady Joyful, who moved to the Efren Loza Jr. Bond via the claim. Steps up today to the $16,000 level. Stretches out to a mile after rallying 5 wide. Got beat about 3 lengths against $12,500 claimers, going 7.5 furlongs. The barn is really good with new claims. 33%. Tyler Gaffleone in the saddle. I just thought this horse was worth a shot at a price on there. I believe 6-1 on the morning line.
That's a great value. I think, you know, Efren Loza has another horse in here, and that is Fly to the Sky. And this is one that I threw in, and I actually wanted to show her last start because she had some trouble. And I think that this time around, you know, you always talk about it. Look at the uncoupled entry.
Right.
The one that you think is going to run well, it ends up being the other. fly to the sky, check repeatedly on the first turn. You just see it looks so uncomfortable. The rider takes up on her a good 3 or 4 times before right there you see her just start to get comfortable.
Right.
I think she can be expected to improve today with a better trip, especially since she was running an allowance company out in the Midwest before dropping to this level last time out and then never really got a chance to show herself.
Yeah, and you basically, the horse really never got a chance to show anything, as you mentioned. You noticed the jockey on there, the return of Harry Hernandez.
Yeah, welcome back, Harry Hernandez. And actually, gosh, coming back sooner than expected. He broke his thumb and seems to be healed and working hard with rehab to come back. So we're happy to have him back. He was really on a roll before he got injured, so we'll see if he can pick things right up where he left off.
Yeah, one of the things at the recently concluded, spring meeting that we had here, the apprentice jockeys did very, very well here, all of them that ran, and Harry Hernandez being one, had that tough little break, and not to be, about the thumb, but he came back, and he's a good little rider and someone you got to pay attention to. So there you see our selections in there. They're a little bit of a trouble call. You know the old adage about the longer price and the uncoupled entry. You got to do your homework, see which one is actually the longer price when they go up. I don't know if that's true, but I love saying it. The 6th race this afternoon, 1 mile claimers, 3 and up, non-winners of 3 races in life or a race in 6 months. We have a clean slate in here with no scratches or jockey changes to report. And I went with a horse on top, and that is the 2 Whiskey Tap, who you did not use. This one is shortening up to 1 turn mile after pressing the pace and finishing 4th. That was against 6,250 claimers going a mile and a 16. Sandino Hernandez Jr., Tyler Gaffleone. This is a 12-time winner.
12-time winner, 5-2. I think your favorite here on the morning line, or it might be I think actually the 6 Bluegrass Jam is your favorite at 2-1, and that's who I ended up putting on the top of the ticket. But Whiskey Tap might be one that I missed, but I do pick up my ticket where you start off in second with Bluegrass Jam. And this one finished second as the favorite last time out. Pressed the pace, was only beaten a length and 3/4 at this level. I just thought this is the barn that's been heating up a little bit recently, doing much better, and especially when riding Eddie Castro.
Yeah, it's 6,250 claimers. It looks like a logical level, and I wrote my analysis on paper. This is the one to beat.
Yeah, I think so, but I think I'm going to have to take another look at Whiskey Tap as well. We also both use, though, Shiva Curlin. Yeah,
Shiva Curlin wheels back in only 5 days. That was a little bit of a red flag that we had there. Losing his best chance when he steadied in the early going 5.5 furlongs. That was against 3 lifetime claimers, as I mentioned, was just last Sunday. Who's riding? Apprentice Harry Hernandez, so you'll get to see him ride again in there. This horse turning back on short rest. I'm not a big proponent of that, especially 5 days. But, the horses have won doing that in the past.
Yes, and I think he finds himself in a good spot to get back on track. Had some trouble last time out. Maybe didn't end up running his best anyway after that. So we'll see how he does today.
I just think this race here, when you're putting those Rainbow Six tickets or the late Big Four, you got to go a little wider, a little deeper in this type of race here. I'm not convinced that 2 Whiskey Tap is the right horse or the 6 Bluegrass Jam. Certainly looks like the one to beat, but I would go a little deeper in there. So do a little more searching in there, see if you can find someone that could be on your ticket. With that said, we'll go back to the turf for race number 7, 1 mile, maiden special weight, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, maiden special weight conditions. We got a scratch in here of the number 5, lots of chocolate, I should say, the horse that we both have in second in here, Pretty and Sweet. We want to go back and show you this horse's performance. Didn't get out of the gate too well that time.
No, she did not. Let's take a look back at this start from June 21st. It's a maiden special weight, similar to today's company. Gets off funny and then starts weaving in and out. Just really did not seem to be just a little bit disoriented almost. But you know what? She's going to come on and she's going to rally to get up for second. Only beaten a length and a quarter. Thought this was a pretty good effort. Just a little bit of greenness this one showed, this day. And I think she finds herself in a good spot. You see her here switching back to the left lead. Just very green, but showed some running ability. Lots of room to improve.
Yeah, excuse me, Katie. She also showed the ability that she seemed to like the turf, especially this turf course. So she ran very well in there. And, an old great Hall of Famer, Walter Blum, told me one time, the race is won with the first 30 yards out of the gate. That's where the race is either won or lost. And that one certainly was compromised and ran very well. She broke a little goofy going in and out like we showed you there. I do have that one on the ticket, but I went with the 3 Alpine Sky, turning back to a mile after that promising mile in the 16th career debut with blinkers added. It's a daughter of Indian Charlie, trained by Ralph Nix. Tracked the pace last time out throughout, finished second. Was only beaten 1.5 lengths. I think there's a lot of upside. We got our exacta flip-flopped in there, and I think that's the logical way to go. I used the 4 and 3rd, but you went with the number 1 horse in there, and that's Crown d'Oro.
I actually do agree with you with Alpine Sky. I did put that one on top. I just wanted to show pretty and sweet, what happened in the shot.
But
I did end up keeping it that way. I threw in the 1 Crown d'Oro. Again, here's another uncoupled entry. Here's another from the Nix barn. Going to make her turf debut today, and he seems to do well with horses making their first start on the turf course. Also going to stretch out to a mile for the first time. Returned from a 2-month break to finish 3rd, but beaten less than 2 lengths when going 6.5 furlongs on the main track last time out. Who did you use?
The horse that intrigues me in here, actually on a tip sheet today, I wrote about this horse a little bit, and that's the 4 Symbola, stepping up into maiden special weight competition, turning back to a mile. First thought since finishing second behind a next out stakes winner called Westminster Road. That was in the Miss Patty Handicap. That was a $50,000 maiden event going a mile in the 16th, and Miss Westminster Road, I should say, is going to run on Sunday on some of the speed day, and one of the favorites in the race there. So this horse, keying off that, I threw this one on the ticket.
Yeah, actually, it's the Betsy Ross Handicap. That's
right.
Be
tomorrow. That's right.
It's going to be tomorrow, so that should flatter her even more. We'll see how that one runs.
Yeah, so Symbola, we'll see how that runs in race number 7 today, and the Betsy Ross tomorrow. You got to salute that when you say Betsy Ross. She invented the flag, not invented, designed it, I guess. Our 9th and final race. We're only at the 8th race. I keep thinking we have 9 races today. The 8th race, 6 furlongs claimers, fillies and mares, 3 and up, non-winners of 2 races in life or 3-year-olds. Scratch the 7, scratch the 9. Number 5, a Starship, a Cosmo on top of our ticket.
This one seems like the one to beat here. Looking for a 3rd straight win for her 3rd straight set of new connections. She's going to make her first start off the claim today for trainer Gilberta Zerpa. She was geared down last time when romping by more than 9 lengths on June 21st. If she runs anything like that, she's not going to be denied today either. I
agree 100%. We put a stamp on our exacting here. We went with the 6 Majestic Masquerade in second, stretching out to 3/4 today. Responded last time out to that big drop in competition with a 5.5 length victory against 6,250 condition claimers at 5.5. Mike Petro, jockey Edgar Zayas going for 2 in a row. They think they found this horse's proper level.
I agree. In 3rd, I like that you used Flashjack. When I was deciding who to throw in 3rd, I originally had the 7 Venom Girl that scratched. I was between these 2 horses, Front Cover Dream and Flashjack, so I'm glad we get to talk about both. I threw in Front Cover Dream just because this mare's pretty consistent, just seems to be in the mix at the wire every time, and has hit the board in 5 of her last 7 starts, but Flashjack had a nice win last time out.
Yeah, and that's the reason I used her on there, now in the Ruben Monjes barn. This one is a daughter of Flash Storm. As you mentioned, won her last. Luca Panici, been riding in great form. I like his when he runs, so I threw that one on the ticket, but I think we're in agreement that the number 5 horse is the one to beat in race number 8. Now, we have a 9 race card today. Let's see if I can remember that throughout the afternoon. 5 furlongs on the turf, an allowance optional claimant, 3 and up, 25,000. Scratch the 6 horse in here, remembering Richie, who I like today, was going to be my sneaky. Scratch the 10 and the 11, the main track onlys. Want to go back and show you performance a little while back before this horse went to Monmouth for number 9 today, and that is El Botas.
You just hit the key note there. This horse is returning to Gulfstream today where he runs his best. This is El Botas. 3 starts back in April. Takes the lead into the stretch. Just gets caught. But who is he caught by? Roman Emperor, who was won his 3rd straight that day. And Speechify, grade 3 winner who had a terrible trip that day, probably should have won. But he was caught by 2 very good horses. And I think now that he's returning to Gulfstream, he can return to form. I do not have him on top. I use the same horse as you did, Little Baker. Yeah,
Little Baker, now in the Alfred McIntosh barn. We'll try and make it 4 victories in a row. 3rd straight, going 5 furlongs on the turf. Defeated first level allowance runners as the favorite last time out. On paper, as we say a lot, strictly the one to beat in here.
Absolutely. I was impressed with him last time out. Took a pretty good step up in class and he won. He's won 2 of his 3 turf sprint starts. He makes absolute sense.
And you know, the number 7 horse, Starship Explorer, was game and defeat. He returned from a freshening to come within a length of springing a 27-1 upset. First 11 allowance runners, you know, at the distance. Steve Dwoskin, Luca Panici there again in the saddle. I don't think you're going to get that 27-1, of course, this afternoon, but a logical horse to be on the ticket.
I used him as well, and I really like the horse that beat him, Moonshine Sipper from the Wesley Ward barn. He's tough to beat when he's actually focused. He can be a little bit erratic, that horse, but when he's on his game, he's tough to beat. Ran a winning performance that day, and Starship Explorer held his own.
Well, that is how we see the 9-race card this afternoon. Don't forget the Rainbow Six starts in race number 4. Good luck with your selections throughout the afternoon. Katie, anything else before we sign off?
Oh, looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be great. Enjoy, everybody.